Now, family member take the by person, yes, you not be next of kin. All of you are next of kin. So you go no.
Even if in your mind you feel like, okay, this is really not my child, I adopted the child, you have to come out on social media and put that picture and put next of kin. You just told us that you're not a good person.
With this issue now, that child might not develop identity issues. What am I in this house? Might develop attachment issues. Am I really a part of this family? You understand? And of course, there's now a self-esteem issue. How will his friends look at him now? We are not really a Cubana.
Adopted son, best way they adopt. Come house. That boy is not a child, now adult he be. He come on TikTok, because they write that kind of write up. The Bible said, out of the abundance of the heart, a man speak. Now, challenge when they go on TikTok, we put in the cash cruise. But why business that particular write up come into his mind? Then the man himself come online to set the record straight on the carry emotions and sentiments they go that place.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing great. So prominent Nigerian businessman Obi Cubana, popularly known as Obi Cubana, has recently faced public backlash following a controversy involving his adopted son Chidi, a situation that began after Chidi posted a TikTok video asserting himself as Cubana's next of kin. So apparently, Obi Cubana's adopted son Chidi had hopped on a video trend that was getting popular on TikTok, where he wrote that nothing do my shoulder, just realize say I be next of kin. When the video hit the internet, many people said there was no malicious intent from Chidi to pass himself off as the actual heir of Obi Cubana's wealth, given that Obi Cubana himself had on several occasions referred to his sons as his next of kin. However, there was another part of the public that did not see the video as a simple TikTok dance video, as they quickly began to comment that when did an adopted child get so comfortable as to think that he could be the next of kin in a billionaire's house, especially if the said billionaire is an Igbo man who has his own biological sons. Despite all the negative comments left and right, many people still did not pay too much attention to this video until a post was made by Obi Cubana himself that blew the whole story out of proportion and made it viral. Obi Cubana, in what seemed to be a response to Chidi's video, posted a picture of himself and his actual biological first son and captioned it "Ancient and Modern Eyes on the Ball." He tagged his son's social media handle, referring to him as the original next of kin. This public declaration sparked criticisms from Nigerians who felt that Cubana's response was dismissive of Chidi's feelings and that the situation could have been handled behind closed doors and in a more mature manner, given that all the children are his, whether biological or not.
Those of you that don't have an idea what we're talking about. So Obi Cubana has an adopted son. But let me first of all put it in context. So the adopted son was going on a TikTok trend that says that I'm the next of kin. Well, in my own case, I felt he was joking about it. So he created that video. And then there was another picture where Obi Cubana himself put his own biological son and said, this is my next of kin. Now, people seeing those two videos now interpreted it that Obi Cubana was responding to his adopted son who had put out a TikTok trend saying that he's the next of kin. Now, we don't know if that's why he did that, but people are speculating. And this again is speculation. But people feel that because of that TikTok video, was it necessary for Obi Cubana to reiterate or to come out to clarify? What are your thoughts on this? That's the conversation.
First of all, he was adopted. I didn't even know he had an adopted child. He adopted him as his child. So why is he not the first son? Because I'm sure he adopted him before he had his own. You see the problem why people don't like to adopt in this part of the world? We find it difficult to accept other people's children as our own. Even when you go and carry them when they were babies, when they were helpless. Even if in your mind you feel like, okay, this is really not my child, I adopted the child, you have to come out on social media and put that picture and put next of kin. You just told us that you're not a good person.
For me, because also of how Nigerians are, there's just so many options that could have happened. One, is it the Obi Cubana himself that made that post? Could it be that there's someone in the family that thought, before you know it, tomorrow they will say he's the one, let me put this post, you know? Could it be that the man himself did not even think anything of it, and then some people sat down with him and say, you know that you're such a billionaire and the world thinks so this of you, you need to be careful, you need to put it out there and protect your name and protect your own true next of kin. We have that. So, but he would have just handled this within the home, and he's your next of kin. Next of kin also does not mean the person that inherits your wealth. It doesn't even work that way.
When you say adoption, Nigerians just believe that you have adopted this child and that's the end of it. But psychologically, is that child balanced? Maria said something that maybe the child was raised well at home. Yes, raising well. But with this issue now, that child might not develop identity issues. What am I in this house? Might develop attachment issues. Am I really a part of this family? You understand? And of course, there's now a self-esteem issue. How will his friends look at him now? We are not really a Cubana. And then remember, Obi Cubana is an Igbo man. And next of kin to them might be somebody who inherits his wealth.
Also, we have big social media commentators like Solomon Buchi adding his voice with that of other Nigerians to highlight the issues of how adopted children are treated and perceived within the families that adopt them, implying that most of them are treated like outsiders and are not fully integrated into the family. On the other side of the debate, you have people like GehGeh and other social media commentators who felt like Obi Cubana had every right to set the record straight and clarify who is his real next of kin.
Obi Cubana, my advice to Obi Cubana and his next of kins. If you know Obi Cubana, tag her to this video. They say I know is the last comment of a fool. If you say I know before, and for this to get advice, you know understand. This thing when it happens shows in Nigerians say wanna be very sentimental people. Emotions and sentiments is the number one problem of Nigeria. Adopted son, best way they adopt. Come house. That boy is not a child, now adult he be. He come on TikTok, call the writer kind write up. The Bible said, out of the abundance of the heart, a man speak. Now, challenge when they go on TikTok, we put in a cash cruise. But why be that particular write-up come into his mind? Then the man himself come online to set the record straight. When they carry emotions and sentiments, they go that place. Because Nigeria and country will be saying, Western Africa. If Nigeria and country will be saying, na ide Northern Africa. This is rubbish they do for this country. Go fit try. Now, my advice to Obi Cubana. First of all, I really applaud your effort, the way you set that record straight. Next of kin for Nigeria not work again. What do you do for a living? I mean, next of kin. Nigerians. Since when next of kin turn occupation for this country? Waiting another man they labor for you. They one place, they relax, they plan out the person want to come up for this world, make you take over. What do you do for a living? I mean, next of kin for Nigeria. Now those things they happen. You know what go work? See, as I dey here like this now, my next of kin go suffer for my hand. Not go work. The best thing I can do for you as a father, as I dey here like this now, is to set you up for success. And my advice to Obi Cubana, if you know Obi Cubana, tag her to this video. If you want to become successful in life, make her watch this video. Not be by Rolls Royce or Lamborghini. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. Wisdom is given, and knowledge that they go school, they go learn. So the best you can do for these boys, teach them to make their own money. Because if they give people hope, say, no worry, it is day. The future is already made. No future is made. As a day like this, my advice to Obi Cubana, once you clock, you celebrate your 50 years birthday. If you clock 60, make sure so you will all your property. Will all your property for their presence, so that you go motivated to work. Will all your properties to charity. Let them go and work for their own money. You don't want to go work. Let's of people die work for my hand. Let me want labor for you. Then when the man come online to set record straight, now they complain. Say na small pikin, who small pikin? That boy is an adult. That thing when he write is insensitive. You don't know me, you know. The person come correct the thing now for future because the heart of man is wicked. I know it. Rich man never know. He never know where dangers where they put their children. Why people say poor man children they motivated to work harder than rich man children? Why people they praise the video today? Because out of everything where people still get, he still strive to make his own money. Now why people they worship the video anywhere when he go? Because of only that mentality. You know you're saying if papa money at all. It they work for your money. But only few people will be say their father get money, get that mindset of the video. Many of them relax. And why you say poor man children they go far than rich man children upon all the opportunities they have? Because they don't have the motivation. They always believe everything is set. Now what we see around here, later when we see some rich men children, later they suffer after their father leave the world, after their father buy. You see the children begin to live miserable, like they sell off all their properties. The rich man, as you die, go your picking, they sell your properties for a year. As you don't come out for the world, although your properties where you they suffer for your children, don't sell all of their finish, they live a world life. So I'm not leaving anything for my next of kin. You go suffer for my hand. Not go work for your own money. So all this is what they labor for now. One picking will come from nowhere. Then Nigeria don't see that thing as a problem. Adopted son. They share properties. They pull up for. Not go work. You get?
So Obi Cubana adopted son do this TikTok trend where they go. They say na trend. He do shoulder like this. He say no worry, shoulder no they pay me. I just realized say I be next of kin. You understand? As he talked down and the video went, all over the place. Obi Cubana himself compose his son. Say see the next of kin. He do that one finish. The wife, they say she still post again. Obi Cubana can post all the sons, can say the next of kings, put himself and his wife and all the children, including the adopted son. Now, people, they say, why will you post when you for ignore? It's a social media thing. How come they say, not from joke? Now, family member take the right person. Yes. from Joe, you are when him ya bewa mo wawe. Nine they enter. So you see the way Obi Cubana take short time up, say you not be next of kin. All of you are next of kin. So you go no. Say if anything happen, nobody they take higher. Everybody they get what they won't get. If you let go, they trust people. Say na social media thing. Ni ayak bewa. No be access bank owner, no be kick bucket that day. The next thing your papa begin fight grand picking for property. Auntie come out. Auntie we don't reach like 70 years come out. They fight niece for a papa property for that matter. So you see, no, the way Obi Cubana take Shona quarter, that is it. Now wait I'll do be that. I adopt you. Okay, you are my son. Yes, I love you the way I love my children. Correct, because I take care of you. Now you be the first. You understand me? All of a sudden you go to do your year trend. I go come and count us all of on a nest of king. I don't blame one. Not come kill me, you carry wet. Tiki say you go carry everything. No, everybody equally. When me no wala they will him or run, they go even carry more. You understand me? Not to say you not rich or you rich, but you get what I mean. I beg.
After Obi Cubana's post and amid all the social media backlash, Chidi responded by deleting his initial TikTok video and restricting his comment section on his account. Obi Cubana later addressed the situation more diplomatically by sharing family photos and emphasizing unity, stating that all his children are his next of kin. The incident has ignited broader conversations on adoption, inheritance, and family dynamics in Nigeria, with many advocating for more inclusivity and sensitive approaches to family relationships. So guys, let us know what you think about this whole story in the comment section. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have not yet done so. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.